Right, so guys, you've just watched my video on how important the inner circle is, okay, when you're trying to find potential clients. One thing that's really important is keeping track of these potential clients, because when you start looking for businesses, you need to then make a note of them and keep them under your or on your radar for future reference, okay? Myself and Harry have produced a sales tracking hub document basically for you Academy members. This is really to get you organized and ready for what's about to come. Now, this is essentially a CRM system that we have created, a very, very simple version. Okay, and you can see it on the screen now, but we're going to go through it very, very quickly. But there's other CRMs out there that you can actually pay for. There's things like Pipedrive, which I've used, and it's actually very, very good. It's like $25 or maybe $30 a month. But it does have its limitations, and actually at the very beginning, I don't think you need it. I think you just need to keep track of it manually. And this tracking form is designed to do that for you. So we've kind of cut out all the hard work so you can just get straight into it. So if I just flip my attention to the screen now, which is right in front of me, when you get the information for a business, whether you've got it through, you'll watch some videos, the next few videos will explain how you pick up on potential clients or how you get hold of the data. But you want to be putting them into this tracker. Now, every single one that you put in here will be a cold lead. They're all cold at the beginning, all of them, okay? So we will literally fill this in as it goes. So let's say, for example, you've gone on Google, which is one of the videos now you're about to see, and you found 4 or 5 businesses that you really think, wow, I can help them. I can provide digital marketing services, Facebook ads, LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, thank you, Harry. This is why we team up. Yeah, so you get to a point where you need to put the information here. So it's a cold lead. We are then going to put them in here. So we click on the label. We have to label this lead, okay? We put it in as cold. Put the business name as ABC Dentist. I know we use that example, but it's quite an easy one to use. ABC Dentist Limited. Okay, that's the name of them. Now, we've actually even put a drop-down box here to tell you what niche it is. Now, if you guys have picked a niche, or you've decided to freestyle it and just learn and throw yourself into the world of it all, then that's fine. But we've selected a few that are pretty common. So you've got e-commerce, it could be an e-commerce client, cosmetic dentist, gym, you can see it here, yoga studio, landscaping and paving, spa and wellness, aesthetics, other. Now, if there's anything missing from that list, we can change it, and you can actually edit the document yourself. So you can put in whatever you want. But for the now, I'm just going to put other. Oh no, sorry, we'd put dentist. Okay. Now, if you've already found the information of their website, pop it in. Okay, so we don't have to do anything right now, but we'll just pop something in there. If you know their Facebook page URL, you would pop that in there as well. Okay, you get the idea. You probably would have found the phone number, so you put that in. Now, you may at this point not have a contact name. Okay, so leave it blank. That's absolutely fine. That's for kind of a stage 2, but don't put any information in there that you don't have, because it will really confuse you when you've got like 50 to 100 to 200 in there. Then obviously activity, that will be blank until you make contact with them. Okay, so anything you like the look of that you're scouring around the internet for, pop them in. Okay, so eventually you'll get a whole bunch of cold leads. Okay, so you can see I'll drag that all the way down. It will look kind of like that. And let's say these are different names. I'm just going to drag them down so you get the idea, everybody. Okay, let's drag them down as well. Okay, so eventually you end up with all these different business names, and you're kind of getting an understanding of what they do, and you're keeping a track of it. Because it may be that you touch on this hub tracker like twice a week, but you can't. We're not robots. We can't remember everything that we've done. So this is a great place for it. So what's going to happen is, over time, guys, and we'll talk about this in the next module, which is about outreach, you're going to make contact with these people, through one form or another, and all this data is going to start getting filled in, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So say, for example, this one here, okay, let's call him Mr. Teeth Dentist, right? That's a cool business name, by the way. Mr. Teeth Dentist, okay, you like the look of them, and actually you've rung them and they said to call back, or yeah, do you know what, the person's name is Andy, call back at 4 o'clock on a Friday. Right, cool. Now, that wouldn't necessarily, it's not given that you're going to get a meeting out of him, but you might want to mark it as warm. And when it's warm, it goes amber. Okay? Could be that they say, yeah, do you know what, you want to speak to Andy, he's really keen on actually looking at his digital marketing, he needs new clients. You'd be like, great. So you'd pop it into hot, which goes green. Okay, so really you've got blue, amber and green. So eventually this is going to be kind of color coded and you'll be able to pick off and prioritize who you're calling next on the follow-ups. So let's say Mr. Teeth Dentist, he's hot and you know he's a hot lead in the dentistry industry. You've got all this filled out, you've got his name. Then it goes to activity. So you put the name, email address, DD is direct dial, okay? Initial contact. Now you could say, right, I've actually reached out to this person and I've reached out to him through, let me just drag this down because they should be completed. They all will be completed by the time you get it. So let's say this one here. I've reached out to him via Messenger, okay? Well, actually, no, it's not Messenger, let's do it. Let's do phone, okay? I love cold calling, so let's do a phone. What's the outcome of that? Let me just drag that down. The outcome is interested, okay? Now here, contact date, it's always worth knowing when you last rung them. You won't remember. You'll think it was last Wednesday or you'll think it was last Monday, but you won't remember it. It'll be impossible. So you're going to put in the date. So just chuck the date in, like, I don't know, 23rd of March. That's when you spoke to them. And then in here you can just put meeting planned for week commencing, and just put the week, or put anything in there really about meeting booked. You just put yes if you wanted to, and then there's a note section, so just put anything you want. Really strong lead, very nice client, keen to work with me. Okay, so that's not a done deal by any stretch, but you know that that is someone that you want to keep firm tabs on. You've got a meeting planned and you know exactly what's going to happen. So over time, guys, you can see that the more you do and the more you use it, you're just going to populate this with more and more data all the time, and just keep up to date with it. Okay, so you can see and prioritize who you're going to call next. We're going to touch on cold calling as a big factor for outreach, and I know some of you might be like very nervous about it, so at this stage, don't worry, we've got it all covered for you, trust me. Okay, however, keeping track of cold calls is really important, and I will go through this in more detail when we get to it, but on this tab here, down here, there is a cold calling tracking element to it, and myself and Harry fully believe that if you make 100 calls a week, okay, for 20 weeks, that's 2,000 cold calls, you will not fail. Your agency will be well above 6 figures. Like, there's absolutely no doubt in our mind. And to do that, we've actually also got a tracker for you. So if you decide to take the challenge on and go, right, I am going to do the cold calling 20-week cold calling challenge, we've got it all tracked here for you, like every step of the way. So week 1, week 2, and we'll go through it in more detail, but you can see, you can mark it down. So C is for call, M is for meeting booked. So you can say called, made a call, meeting booked. Yeah, got that one. On your 4th call for the day, for the week, sorry, call. So it's just to help you. And then what it does, it tallies it up completely for the 20-week period and via every week. So if you're making 100 calls a week for 20 weeks, it's going to just tally it here. So it tells you how many you're short by, what percentage of target you are, how many meetings you've booked from it. Really useful. We'll go through this in more detail, and when you get to the cold calling bootcamp module, I really hope you enjoy that and have fun with it. You'll see that actually this is a really, really useful tool, so you know exactly how many calls you've made for the week. You're tracking your CRM pipeline next to it here, and overall, as a document, like a hub, you can't go wrong with this at all. So Wanted to mention that and get that out of the way. You're now going to watch the next few videos about how we actually find clients. How do we find those potential clients? Okay, many different methods. We're going to go through them in the next video, and we will see you then.